All right, I've gathered you all here today to propose a pay increase for EMTs and paramedics, which will in turn fix the company's greater problem of a low employee retention rate, meaning we are constantly hiring, there's constantly people in and out of the door. Yes, we're building this company to be a stepping stone, but that does not mean that people need to come and go every 6 months. So this PowerPoint is a proposal of a pay increase, which in turn will kind of increase morale, and then that should have a positive effect on employees' length of stay. So the first slide is just a breakdown of the current problems and issues related to or current problems and issues at SVA. EMTs, emergency medical technicians, are currently getting paid minimum wage, which is the same as somebody at McDonald's who's a cashier. And obviously, cashiers have less amount of responsibility, and EMTs have the ability to save lives, and they have to go to school for that. So you can kind of see where the employee retention is why we have retention turnover, because why would you work as an EMT when you can go work as a cashier and have no responsibilities and make the same amount of money? The other current problem is paramedics currently make less than anywhere like any of the competitors in along the EMS field, and then the bigger issue that could fix these two issues is a lack of properly using the resources that SVA has, which is their classroom. The classroom currently is not being used to teach any classes. Classes being like EMT class, CPR class, ACLS, which is Advanced Life Support, and PALS, which is Pediatric Advanced Life Support. Um, the next slide is a breakdown of the pay. As you can see, SVA pays about $13.50, which is minimum wage in San Jose. Everybody else, rural metro, which is county ambulance, Kaiser, and those two pay nearly double minimum wage. Kaiser being 26 and rural metro being 24. And then we just put the McDonald's comparison back up here so that you can kind of see that there is an issue when an EMT is getting paid the same as a cashier. The next slide is a comparison for the paramedics. The pay difference is about $2 to $3 between SVA and the next ambulance company that pays the least, which is Falk. But again, you have Rural Metro and Kaiser paying. Rural Metro pays 36, Kaiser pays 26, and SVA is only paying 17. So you can see why we're having an issue with employees constantly coming and going is because there's no competition. There's no reason for them to stay. So the proposed solution is obviously an increase in pay, but how? How do we do that? So to increase the pay, we need to start teaching these EMT classes, these PALS classes, ACLS and CPR classes. So that's the proposed solution, is to increase pay by doing these classes. So again, here's another breakdown of the classes that we could be teaching. CPR's a simple class could be done in a day. EMT Academy is about 4 to 5 weeks. Advanced life support's 2 days, and pediatric life support is 2 days as well. Then the next slide is a breakdown of the profit margin. So a current EMT Academy costs a student $2,000. Out of that $2,000, $200 goes to books, $300 goes to the teacher, $200 goes to the certification fees, any type of classroom supplies that we need, and then there's another $50 in there, like paper, pens, pencils, the Scantrons for the tests, in case the teacher's sick or we need multiple teachers to teach the hands-on portions of the class. So out of that $2,000, about $750 goes to actual overhead, which leaves about $1,250 of profit. So in these EMT academies, you can have up to 10 students. So rough estimation about $12,500 of profit just from one academy. And again, one academy is about 4 or 5 weeks. So if you have 52 weeks in a year, you can teach roughly about 8 to 9 classes. You can probably 7 classes, 8 classes is a safe bet. So multiply that by $12,000. It's about $100,000 worth of potential profit that SVA is missing out on. Now, um, along with that $100,000 profit, instead of using that profit just to put in the pocket of the company, we use that $100,000 to increase each employee's wage $2, $1.50, $2, whatever it may be. $2 is a good bet. If we pay everybody $2 more, it, it, it is almost a for sure thing that our retention rate will increase and there will be less people wanting to leave just because now we're inherently more competitive. Um, so again, the implementation is about 3 months to get certified, and through the Santa Clara County website, it says that all you have to do is apply, pay a fee, and then the county does their paperwork. So you theoretically could get that certification in about a month. But 3 months is safe just in case there's any issue with the paperwork, any issue with just anything that could go wrong. Then you give yourself another month or two to train or find an instructor for the academy. So you're looking at about a 3 to 5 month window from the actual start of the first academy. Now, to test the effectiveness of this profit increase and then passing that profit down to the employees, give it about a 6 month trial. So in about 6 months, we can do about SVA should be able to do about 4 EMT academies. So if we've made that $48,000 to $50,000 of profit in that 6 months, it is safe to say that the EMT classes do make us money, and we can now give the EMTs and paramedics a pay raise. So we should be able to see an increase in pay to EMTs and paramedics in about 6 months. 6 months would be safe, and then from there you do another 6 months to compare previous. So in your previous 6 months before the EMT Academy, how many people did you hire? So the last 6 months, according to Andrew, who's an assistant administrator at SVA, we've hired about 8 employees in the last 6 months. So the 6 months after the EMT Academy, if we've only hired or we've only needed to hire, let's say 2 to 4, you're inherently now making more money to the or putting more money back into the company's pocket because now you're not training. So even though you're taking the profit from the EMT Academy and putting it back into your employees, the domino effect will be now you don't